Hello everyone, I hope you enjoy your weekend. After our last meeting, I spent some time thinking about our problem. I tried to brainstorm about this convoluted problem of how to bring a new technology into our classroom and use it even outside of classroom in order to improve the quality of education at UBC. I would like to share my thought process with you, but before that, I would like to share my personal experience from last term. And maybe we can get to a different approach. Last term, I taught over 800 students. Yes, that was a new Guinness World Record. Aside from challenges facing me teaching that many students, I faced one more problem, and that was simply communicating with the students regarding assignment due dates, making an announcement, providing simple instruction, project due dates, other milestones, although these mostly were written in my course notes. However, because teaching multiple sections requires sometimes you shuffle among these dates and change the instructions, usually I make an announcement in the class following an email, and then I would send a reminder. Despite of all these, I was flooded by emails from students asking when, how, who, where, as if they do not pay attention in the class. I did a simple math. Let's say, for the sake of argument, I'm teaching 4 courses. In each course, I have 200 students. In each course, also, I have 10 due dates. And assuming in a happy land, only 2% of the students do not pay attention, meaning 98% do pay attention, and I spend 2 minutes to communicate with those 2%. In total, I wasted 5 hours of my time periodically over this matter. And you add all these number campus, both campus wide, hundreds of hours are wasted by professors. And I know we are least paid profession based on how much work we do, but still that would be tens of thousands of dollars. I try to think about an innovative solution. Let's say in a perfect world, in parallel universe, we have an easy, effective, and efficient way to communicate with our students outside of the class. And I'm not talking about logging into the Connect, check your email, read your email, reply to your email from students, and hope for the best that they would act upon it. What are students they use most? Next to their brain. Yes, their phone. And what do they have? Their mobile phone. Apps. These days they have app for scratching their back, and for God's sake, they're using it. What if we had our own UBC app? In fact, I brought this in a student panel, and all of them collectively said that yes, that's an excellent idea. If we can have this campus wide. So one-way communication from professor to students with more human touch. One touch of a button. It could be as simple as making a voice announcement. Next assignment will be due on Tuesday, February 3rd. We will cover chapter 8 next lecture. Please review my lecture notes on YouTube. Or something even more humorous, fun. Next quiz is gonna be next Monday. Don't get panic. Go organic. Something that the students can correlate more than a boring, dry email. We could also make it more advanced. We can add synchronized calendar. We could have alarm as well as notifying option. Or we can even build in an organizer, a planner for them that identifies conflict between due dates. These are all can be done. But how do I make an app? That's very complex. Not really. These days, you can have platforms such as Modo. You can make apps in 1, 2, 3, or you can use FastFill. Above all of them, we could even use Google App for Education. And by the way, I have a feeling Google is going to be around for a while. Why not we teach them something that they're going to use later on? Now let me go back to our convoluted problem. So now I agree 100% that the first exercise we did was priceless. We wrote on the board what technology we're using, what software you're using. That was excellent. But these are the solutions. Generally speaking, in a multi-criteria decision making, first and outmost important part is identifying the problem, not focusing on solution. We have to know what is the root of this problem. Finding a solution is picking the fruit. We have to study the root first, and that would be defining the problem. Problem such as why students' attention span is so limited and is continuously become less and less. How we can help that, how we can assist that, how we can accommodate that. Problems such as discontinuity between what we teach to our students and what they are expected to know after they get a job. How we can make them ready instead of getting a job, design a career. Problem such as a large class. And if you think this class is large, you should have come to see my 8 p.m. Wednesday lecture hall last term and how challenging it is for me to have their attention. Problems such as congested and convoluted curriculum that we give to our students and make them confused, how we can facilitate that, how we can improve it by this technology. These are what MIT, Stanford, and Harvard have done. Yes, they have reinvented the wheel, and that's why they're rolling faster. We can also be like them. We can be pioneering that area, and other people can come and learn from us. To make it simple, I think by looking at the problem, there might be better solution than the existing one. We can invent a better solution. We are capable of doing it. And sometimes the solution is not as complicated as it is. Maybe sometimes an in-house build platform would be the best we can do. And I'm not saying we go and reinvent or rebuild Blackboard or Connect. What I'm suggesting is we think about other alternatives. Sometimes beauty is in simplicity. I would like to end this short presentation by showing you this slide, which is 6 thinking hats. I found it interesting. In any thinking process, you have to think about these 6 hats, and sometimes you have to keep switching them. Blue one is the process itself. White hat is actually laying down all the facts, all the truths, without being biased regarding each. And then, of course, you have to get your feeling involved, you as professors and you as students, and try to connect these two together. The green hat obviously is the creativity hat. You have to be very creative in order to gap between the facts and the feeling. Of course, after doing that, you have to get involved in a kind of cost and benefit analysis process. What is beneficiary about, let's say, this new technology? And last but not least, we should be cautious. What are the drawbacks? So by having these 6 hats implemented in our discussion, I think we will get a more profound and positive impact. I certainly hope what I mentioned makes sense. I just want to share these with you, and not necessarily maybe it is correct. It's just my personal intake. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to our next meeting.